Give thanks and praise, highest respect, the deepest of love. This is probably the most complicated project I've ever presumed to share. And it will take many, many, many installations. There will probably be many, many, many mistakes and addendums and redos. It really is. I think, as far as I can tell in my life, this is the pinnacle of all hypersigils. I've never seen anything like this before. A lot of people have captured this concept and shared it, and there are entire cultures and self-help groups built up around this concept. It's called the Enneagram. I've done some work on it in the past, and the longer I have kept this in my pocket, the more it has served me. And I have not found anything even remotely as useful as this system. You know, I really do think of this as the head cornerstone. I think of this as so many central metaphors. They all unfold from this remarkable little hypersigil. I'm going to run through some examples of what I think we have here. And I might not be right on all of these, but when I hear these myths, these legends, these historical metaphors, they all fit in the most awe-inspiring way. They all fit into the context of this Enneagram. And I've stated in previous videos that I do believe that the Enneagram will be used for your social credit score. It will be used as gate recognition to predict your decision making. It has probably been implemented and in play for a very long time. So it seems incredibly important that we grasp and comprehend, apprehend, and share and become affluent in the value of this amazing hypersigil. So some of the mythological metaphors that I find quite encapsulated in this Enneagram are Perseus's Gorgon's head. This is, I believe, the head of Medusa, which is on the 19th Major Arcana card. Perseus is in the station of Aries along with the Emperor card, and Perseus in the constellations above Aries is holding the head of Medusa. So in a most compelling fashion, you could say that this is the head of Medusa. I believe that this is Alexander the Great's Gordian knot, that he was prophesied to be cut by the Chosen One. And I believe when he came into town and axed that knot into pieces, it means that he had command over this Enneagram. As well, I believe that this is the sword and the stone. You see that there is a pronounced triangle. The 3-6-9 triangle is the sword, and the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 is the stone. This is the sword and the stone. I believe that in the myth of Typhon, where the gods of Greece took shelter, hiding in the agricultural lands of Egypt, where they put on 8 masks along with Pan. They asked Pan for the help, for assistance, and I believe that Pan disguised, Pan being the 9, and the 8 gods of Greece being the 1 through 8, when they put on the masks and hid in the wilderness as animals to escape from Typhon, I believe that that is encoding the Enneagram. That would be the Ogdoad becoming the Enneagram. I believe that in Paradise Lost, when the fallen ones fell to the earth, they fell for 9 days and they laid low for 9 days. I believe that encodes the Enneagram. I believe that the 9 concentric rings of Dante is encoding the Enneagram. I believe that Plato's cave is the Enneagram. More than anything, Plato's cave is the Enneagram. And I should, I missed one on my list here. Back to Paradise Lost. I believe that this is Pandemonium. This is the house of all demons. Look up Pandemonium. See this central shape here? You'll notice it is conceivably, I mean, it's round on the bottom, but that is a house. That is a pentagram in the very center. The very center piece is a pentagram, creates a house, a Beth. This is the manger that the Christ child was born in. I believe that this is the ultimate hypersigil of all mythology. And what I am about to try to do is unpack the immense, endless value from this hypersigil. And you will notice that from video to video, I will be discussing one in the context of a perfectionist. And then in another video, I will refer to it as the element of anger. And in another video, you will hear me refer to it as Mars, as wrath. These are just different contexts that fold into, that are encapsulated into the significance of these numbers. And what we're going to do is we're going to dress and redress and add dress to these numbers and bring their spirit forward, bring their archetypal value forward in many, many, many different formats, different myths, different legends. We're going to give these numbers different characters to bring them to life and show their relationship to one another and how they are intrinsic to the nature, to the framework of how things truly work in the realm. This is a very, very, very ambitious project. It will take me a very long time to unfold it, to gain and share any degree of presumed mastery over it. This will be a shared learning experience, and there will be mistakes. I am totally open to comments. I really love comments. I love feedback, and I want to see, you know, what other people see as well. I am always open to other people's insights and shared perspective. So, some things that I should maybe start off to get the ball rolling, to roll the stone away from the cave. You know, Plato's cave, that one should light everybody up pretty quick, pretty instantly. Plato's cave, everyone is bound into their positions. They are immovable. They are stuck in their perspective. And there is a light being cast out onto the cave walls. And everybody believes that the only thing that they can experience is the shadows on the cave. And one day, an individual, number 4 is the individual, individual finds the entrance to the cave. And they discovered that there is a larger light, another world, an entire reality outside of the cave. And they are able to leave the cave and perceive the world for what it truly is, like Neo in the Matrix. And his eyes are blinded by the true light of the world, and he is compelled to return into the cave and tell the other people who are bound in their positions what reality truly is. And their response is generally tragic. Plato's cave is a tragedy. So I believe that this, Plato's cave, part of what brought me to this realization is that later on I will dress up these numbers as the heavenly bodies, the 7 planets plus the sun and the moon. Is that right? 7 planets. Oh, 8 planets. Okay, 7 planets plus the moon. I guess 8 planets plus the moon, because the sun is in the middle, the source of the light. The monad is in the center. But my point is, when I do the planetary arrangements as it is laid out generally, and that is not to say that I agree completely with what is handed me at face value. All things must be tested. All things must be tested. The moon is number 2, and we will be testing that out and trying its value to see if that holds true to the characteristic of the moon. Now, part of what brought me to realize that this is Plato's cave is that number 9 is Pluto. The planet Pluto has strong correspondence with number 9. And that really hit home for me as I perceived this as Pluto's cave. Pluto being the slowest planet, the ultimate of the concentric rings of the solar-air system. As it is explained to us, it is the slowest planet, it is the most lethargic, it is the most stationary, it is the pinnacle. It is the pinnacle. So Plato's cave is what flipped the switch on for me to see that this is Pluto's cave, as Pluto has the full perspective, can see all things from above. Its dominion is the ultimate ring. So that is just a brief description of where we're going to go in upcoming shared learning experiences here on the Slick Dissident channel. You heard it here, folks. Real quick, I want to read the definition of 2 words. I want to read the definition of the word order. It's a very long definition. And then I'm going to read the word chaos, as I do believe that this is the order that we are trying to extract from what appears to be chaos. Order. A society of persons united by some common rule of obligation or honorary distinction, a monastic brotherhood or society, one of certain knightly fraternities, typically one of those originating in the era of the Crusades as the Knights Templars, a society patterned on these orders of chivalry, also its insignia or badge. In medieval angelology, in medieval angelology, any of the 9 grades of angels, any enneagram of the 9 grades of angels, a rank class in society as men of the higher orders, the military order, regular arrangement, any methodical or established succession or harmonious relation, method or system, customary mode of procedure in debate as to rise a point of order, conformity to law, decorum, public quiet, as police to maintain order, condition in general, normal state, the prevailing mode of a period, a rule or regulation made by competent authority, also a mandate, an amount ordered as a purchase, a style of building, classical architecture, a type of column, and entablature viewed as the unit of a style. The Greeks used 3 orders, Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian, to which Romans added Tuscan and Composite, a category of classification ranking above the family and below class, the direction by which the payee or holder of negotiable paper prescribes to whom payment shall be made, a commission to purchase, sell, supply goods, direction in writing to furnish supplies, as orders for blankets are large. Ecclesiastic. Any of the several grades or ranks of the Christian ministry, as major or holy orders and minor orders, acolytes, exorcist, lector, doorkeeper. The office or status of person in the Christian ministry, as to take orders or holy orders. Also, the conferment of such office, ordination, a prescribed form of service, the sequence of constituents as a device for conveying meaning. Law. Number 16. Definition is law. That's funny. 16 is the pillar. Any command or direction of a court, usually any direction of a judge or court entered in writing and not inclined in a judgment or decree. Math, it is a degree. Order of arms, in order, in due course, as the next proceeding, as it is in order to adjourn. For the purpose of, in fulfillment of an order given. Archaic definitions, to put in order or in battle array, to regulate or dispose, to give an order or command, to give an order for. Order, arrange, marshal, organize, systematize, methodize, mean to put persons or things in their proper places, especially in relation to each other. Order now usually suggests a straightening out so as to eliminate confusion. Arrange, a settling in sequence, relationship, or adjustment. Marshal, an arrangement for advantage in managing. Organize, and arranging so that the whole works as a unit, each person or thing having proper function, duty, or the like. Systematize, and arranging according to a definite, predetermined scheme. Methodize, an imposition of orderly procedure rather than a mixed scheme. See command. Command. To command is to name. The word name equals command. Como se llama actually means how are you commanded? How are you compelled? How are you controlled? To name a thing is to control it, is to have command over it. All of what I just read is going to be unpacked from this single hypersigil in upcoming installations here. Next will be chaos. Chaos is a surprisingly brief definition. Let's see if I can find it. Chaos. Here we go. A chasm or abyss, the confused state of primordial matter before the creation of orderly forms, sometimes personified after the Greeks, as the most ancient of the gods, any confused collection or state of things, complete disorder. C, anarchy. So, what I want to put forward is that the systems that presume to be, those who give orders, they presume to be this external realm. They presume to be the externalization of the hierarchy. And they presume that we, the individual, exist in chaos. The individual, the centered one, the self-center. And what I want to do is help us to further grasp how the order that has been put in place before we got here can be perceived from just the right perspective to bring what we are told is the inner chaos, the absu, the abyss of the internal self, into a positioning that we can see that there is order, that there have been secret societies here since all the way back to the Greeks, and that it has complete consistency. And the value of understanding that is priceless. It's priceless. So I do believe that the term chaos is embodied by this center point, and that the order is, in fact, the external ring, and that the rings are much like jurisdictions, and that the orders that presume to be have placed a very large ring around the mentality of the individual, but it is not the ultimate jurisdiction. There is plus ultra beyond those orders. So one last thing before I cut loose. I want to posit this theory that I've had for a very long time regarding the FASTI calendar system. I believe that the old 9-month calendar is embodying this Enneagram. And I will refer back to this again when I talk about the Ogdoad of Egypt unifying with Pan and becoming the Ennead, going from the 8 to the 9 in mythology. And in terms of chronology, a lot of people already know that there is a lot of confusion has been injected into the truth of the chronology of the place we are in. However, I want to talk about the crucifix. The Christ on the cross is an embodiment of the old 3 seasons being laid upon what is today the 4 seasons. This is the Yod, this is the Y, this is the 3-season calendar. This is the FASTI calendar that used to be a perfect embodiment of the Enneagram as the year would roll out. And there are quite a few proofs of this fact. So Christ on the 4 arms of the cross is indicating a pagan 3-year C sons. C equals 3 sons. There were 3 sons, and those were the summer, fall, and winter. And I will get into that more, but I definitely believe that what we see as this this perpetuated icon is indicator of a change from a 3-season system to the 4-season system that we use today. Some of the proof of this is the 3 wise men. They were wise to the 3. They were Gemel. They were riding on Gemels, cubed. They were cubalistic. They were Cubalistic. And this 3-season FASTI calendar, I do believe, is still in play today. I do believe that those who buy, sell, and trade are observing a calendar that we are not privy to. And I will bring that forward in a little bit with more evidence, more information, and some more revelations on the value of this FASTI calendar and its relationship to the Enneagram. As I do quite strongly believe this is one of the most important hypersigils we could ever presume to grasp. So that is all for now, folks. Bear with me as I pack and unpack the next installation on the Slick Dissident Shared Learning Experience. Much love and respect.